Despite being remembered as Henry VIII's most loved wife, Jane Seymour was actually almost replaced. Henry VIII proposed to his third wife, Jane Seymour, just one day after executing his second wife, Anne Boleyn, and they were married just 10 days later. Henry was attracted to Jane because she was the polar opposite of Anne Boleyn. She appeared to be someone who would just be quiet and loyal and do as she was told. But part of the attraction Henry had for Jane was that Jane's mother had given her husband 6 surviving male children. And logically, one would assume that Jane too would be able to produce surviving male children, which was exactly what Henry was in need of. However, it would take Jane Seymour a grand total of 7 months before she would conceive by Henry VIII, and in that time, she was walking on thin ice. Henry, having been married twice before, was used to his wives becoming pregnant very quickly. Catherine of Aragon became pregnant almost immediately upon getting married, and Anne Boleyn was already pregnant before they were even married. So for Jane Seymour to take 7 months, Henry was not accustomed to this, and he was not best pleased, because from previous experience, his wives should be conceiving quickly. So then, why wasn't Jane? Was there something wrong with her? In the months before she conceived, Henry became very icy towards her. He even threatened her with the same ending that Anne Boleyn had. He also was openly flirting with other women, younger and prettier women, according to contemporary records. But luckily, or perhaps not so luckily, Jane Seymour went on to conceive, and of course, as we know, she gave birth to Henry VIII's long sought after boy, Edward. She sadly, though, died just 12 days later, and it is believed she died either of food poisoning or of a pulmonary embolism. You can, of course, read all about this in my book, The Puppet King, which follows the entire life of Prince Edward, which was, of course, Jane Seymour's son by Henry VIII.